Get ready because everything is about to change for the Apple Watch Ultra. If you have been waiting for a massive upgrade, 2026 is going to be your year. We are finally getting the redesign we have all been asking for with the Apple Watch Ultra 4. For the last few years, Apple has played it safe. But now, big leaks have surfaced, and they point to a complete overhaul. Today, we're going to break down the new design, the powerful new chips inside, the release date, and the controversial choice Apple is making about the battery. Plus, I'll give you my honest opinion on whether you should wait for this one or just upgrade now. But before we dive into the future, let's quickly look at where we stand today. In 2025, we got the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It was a solid update, but it wasn't a game changer. We finally got 5G connectivity, which was huge for using the watch without a phone. We also got satellite connectivity. This was the feature that really should have been there from the start. If you were stuck in the desert or lost in the jungle with no signal, you can now make an SOS call directly from your wrist. The Ultra 3 also brought us the S10 chip and hypertension detection, along with a massive 72-hour battery life in low-power mode. It was a great watch, but let's be honest, it looked exactly like the Ultra 1 and the Ultra 2. That brings us to the big news for 2026. The Apple Watch Ultra 4 is finally breaking the mold. According to the latest leaks, we're getting a significant design change. This is the news we have been waiting 4 years to hear. Since the first generation, the physical design hasn't changed one bit. Sure, we got a black titanium option, but the shape remained the same. It is actually hard to tell which version you are wearing because they are identical. But the Ultra 4 is going to look different. The renders suggest a much slimmer profile. Apple is looking to shave down the thickness of the watch to make it sleeker on the wrist. Now, this brings up a major debate. A slimmer watch usually means a smaller battery. However, the leaks suggest that the battery life will remain the same as the current Ultra, or maybe even get slightly better. But here's the catch. The display is also rumored to be slightly larger. So you're getting a bigger screen and a thinner body. This looks amazing in photos, but it worries some power users. A lot of people, myself included, would prefer Apple keep the thick design and just stuff a massive battery inside. We want a watch that lasts a week, not a watch that looks thin under a shirt sleeve. But we know Apple. They love to make things thinner. They believe a sleek design is what sells, even if it means sacrificing potential battery gains. So, how is Apple going to make the watch thinner without killing the battery life? The secret lies in the new internal chips. The Ultra 4 is expected to run on the new S11 chip. Now, don't expect this to be vastly faster than the S10, because the current watches are already very fast. The real magic is in the capabilities. The S11 is likely to be paired with Apple's new custom communication chips, specifically the C1X and the N1. These are the chips Apple introduced in 2025. The C chip handles your cellular connections like 5G, and the N chip handles Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. By moving these tasks to Apple's own custom silicon, the efficiency goes through the roof. These chips are designed to sip power, not gulp it. This efficiency is exactly why Apple can afford to make the watch slimmer. They can shrink the battery size slightly to fit the new thin case, but because the chips are so efficient, you still get that multi-day battery life you expect from an Ultra. It is a smart move, technically speaking, even if some of us would prefer a thick brick with a never-ending battery. Now, I have to address the elephant in the room, the health sensors. Every year, we hear rumors about a glucose monitor or a blood sugar sensor. This is the holy grail of smartwatch technology. Being able to track diabetes or blood sugar without using a needle would change the world. Sadly, the news for 2026 is not what we wanted to hear. There is no evidence that a glucose sensor is coming to the Apple Watch Ultra 4. We know Apple has a proof of concept. They have the technology working in a lab, and it is probably about 80% accurate. But for something medical like insulin management, 80% isn't good enough. It needs to be 99% accurate. Apple cannot risk getting this wrong. So, we are likely going to have to wait at least another year or two after the Ultra 4 to see this feature. I know it's disappointing, but it is better that they get it right than release it early and broken. Let's talk about when you can actually buy this thing. Apple is a creature of habit. Historically, Every Apple Watch Ultra has launched in September. There is no reason to believe 2026 will be any different. We are looking at a release date in the middle of September 2026. Apple usually holds their big event in the second week of the month, so expect to see the Ultra 4 on store shelves around the third week of September. As for the price, the news is a bit mixed. In 2025, Apple managed to keep the price at $799 despite rising costs and tariffs. For the Ultra 4, things might change, because this is a brand new physical design with a new chassis and new display technology. The manufacturing costs are going to be higher. Plus, global tariffs are fluctuating. There is a real chance we could see a price hike of about $50 to $100. We could be looking at an $849 or even $899 price tag. However, my advice is to still budget for $799 for now, as Apple usually tries very hard to hit that specific price point to stay competitive. So, what is the final verdict? Is the Apple Watch Ultra 4 going to be worth it? In my honest opinion, yes. If you're still holding on to an Ultra 1 or Ultra 2, the upgrade to the Ultra 4 is going to feel massive. You're getting a fresh new look, a bigger screen, significantly better chips, and all the satellite and 5G features that have been added over the years. However, if you just bought the Ultra 3, the changes might be mostly cosmetic. You will have to decide if a thinner watch is worth another $800. Personally, I think the design refresh alone is going to make this a massive seller. The current design is great, but after 4 years, we are all ready for something new. Also, I have to mention something exciting for the channel. If you're watching this, you clearly love tech. To celebrate the community, there are some huge giveaways coming up in the tech space, specifically around the launch of the new iPhone hardware in early 2026. Make sure you are active in the comments. Let me know what piece of tech you're planning to buy before the end of 2026. Is it this watch? Is it a new phone? Put in the comments below right now. The Apple Watch Ultra 4 represents the next era of wearables. It is slimmer, smarter, and more efficient. While we aren't getting the glucose sensor yet, the combination of the new design and the S11 chip makes this a very compelling device. It is exciting to see Apple finally taking a risk with the form factor again. If you liked this video and found the information helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends who are obsessed with Apple tech, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on the latest leaks and rumors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.